Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Chaos Gym. It's Rahul. I literally just got back from Puerto Rico probably an hour ago, and I'm going to pass out in the next 20 minutes after I make this video, after I eat something. So while something is cooking, I'm just going to make this video and get it over with. Road to Worlds, episode 11. Um, and for those of you, I'll start with a spoiler. I've qualified. Thanks to Puerto Rico Special Event, I have pulled off the remaining points I needed to close out my invite and get to the World Championships. So let's start with the list that I played. The list that I played was a very vanilla bees list. It was one card off my California list. I just took out the Oranguru and I put in a Flareon. My reasoning behind this was I didn't really use Oranguru as much as I wanted to throughout the course of the regionals, so I took it out in favor of a Flareon because I thought it would help against Decidueye Plume, give me a shot, kind of, I guess. Um, I still liked Zoroark as a secondary attacker. Um, the rest of the list is pretty simple. The EVs are the new EVs because I didn't bring my old EVs with me, but it didn't matter at the end of the day. Um, Looking at the list, if there was cards I would change going back into the event, I would not play the Tauros. I would not play the Mew. I would not play the Jolteon. Um, I probably wouldn't play the Flareon either. I probably would just stick with a 2-1 EV line and then make those the four cards that I just mentioned into a 2-2 Substrika line because of the Evital that a couple of other American players, Tristan Masick and Michael Canaves, included brought. And that kid is pretty good at dealing with Evital, the Zebstrika, plus all your other stuff. And if you do that, I'd probably make one of the revitalizers into a Super Rod or a Buddy Buddy. And other than that, the list would still be the exact same. Um, but anyways, I did not use Mew, Tauros, or Flareon like at all throughout the day. Let me pull up my matches on my phone real fast so I can go through those. So okay, first round I played against a we get there. I stay with Jose Morero's family. Thank you so much in advance to Jose and his dad and everybody who was very hospitable to me and made this weekend pretty awesome. So all of Friday we kind of just like chilled and went to the mall, hung out for a little bit. Turns out my Spanish is very, very rusty, so that was pretty embarrassing. Um, and then we kind of went back and we relaxed for the day. Woke up, had an early start, got to the event. Um, there were 7 American players, including yeah, I'll just name the ones who made cut later on. Um, but there were exactly 7 American players. I think it's freezing a little bit because of the video because of my computer. I just booted it up after a few days of not having it on, so probably an issue. Um, but we had 7 American players. I'll name the ones who made cut when we get there. Um, we all met up. We all talked. We were just chilling. All our lists had been submitted online already, so we had no like secret things that we wanted to hide from each other, kind of thing. Um, we were joking around about how like all 7 of us could make cut if we dodged each other long enough. Blah blah blah. And it was pretty close. Round one, I go up against a Mega Gardevoir Brilliant Arrow deck. I see the guy flips over Geomancy Xerneas, so I know I'm playing against some sort of a fairy deck. I'm just hoping he doesn't put down a Tina. When he goes turn one Fan Club for Togepi and Gardevoir, I knew that this is probably going to be easy. Um, I had a little bit of a rough start game one, so he almost took the game because I was unable to reach the damage I needed to knock out a Mega, oh no, regular Gardevoir on like turn 3. So he pretty much like was able to Togekiss and just pop off a little bit. But the second game was just a clean wash, and I took the series 2-0. Then I played against Volcanion. Um, Game 1, I got the Vaporeon out. He didn't have an answer. I won. Game 2, I couldn't get Vaporeon out, and it came down to um, me ending him to 1, I believe, and he needed a Lysander to win the game, or end him to 2. He needed a Lysander to kill my Shaman. If not, I could return the KO on his EX and win the game. He hit the Lysander. That's all she wrote. Game three, we're playing at a lightning fast pace. I had set up everything. Like literally, I had like two vespiquens out, a Zoroark line out, and a Vaporeon line out, and I had literally enough Pokemon on my discard to knock out anything he promoted. Even if he went and killed a Vaporeon, I would one shot, whatever. So I was just that far ahead, tossing everything. Like I was just callous disregard for my resources. I just was trying to beat the clock, and I won. Eventually, just came out like when time was called, I had like one prize. He had four, and he knew it was over. And then the round after, I played against a mirror match, and it seemed very. He finished. Hector finished second with his list overall. He had very minute differences from my list. From Anaheim as well. He like believe made some of the same changes. Like he went for the Flareon as well, but I believe he did. Um, I think he did one less Acrobike and two revitalizers gone for a Flareon. He kept the Oranguru. He had a Super Rod, and I believe he did um a Kukui. He had a Kukui, yeah, which is interesting. So in the mirror match, I lost game one because I just wasn't setting up. Game two, I set up and he didn't, and then game three was a very back and forth series until he dropped Shaman because he was digging for an N. And the moment he dropped the Shaman to dig for an N, I went really far ahead, and then he was forced to respond by life entering my Shaman, and he already had another Shaman on the board, so I took that one out, and then he had a Tauros sitting on the board, so I was just able to clean it up. Um, I'm at 3-0, lunch break, feeling pretty awesome. Needed it. No, I need to just win one more before I lose two to put myself in cut, secure my invite. I go up against Tristan Masick, one of the other U.S. players playing Yveltal Garb, eventual winner of the event. Game one I win, set up Jolteon. He has literally no answer to Jolteon because he just doesn't. I kill both Garbs, both Trubbishes as soon as they hit the board. Um, game two I lose because I mismanage my resources a little bit and I run out of DCE. And game three comes down to a very close back and forth, in which I eventually just take it because I'm dealing massive amounts of damage. He doesn't have an answer to my Jolteon again, and I think his Garb was priced or double Trubbish were priced, something like that. Um, and he just couldn't get Garb out, so I just went full on aggression on him, and he in an aggressive battle of that nature, Vespiquen will usually win if there's no Garbodor on the field because I have access to my abilities and I have access to my Shamans, unknowns, etc. So I'm at 4-0. I am the only 4-0, so I know I am forced to play my next round out. And I play against Michael Kanava is a good friend of mine. He's playing Yveltal Garb as well. This match was streamed by ISD Gaming. Thank you guys so much for the stream. And Elias Longhurst, she she did a cast over, like a like a voiceover type of thing. So check that out too if you want. Game one, two, and three, I was drawing very poorly. Game one, I drew bad, pretty much lost. A very close game still because he ended me out of my bad hand. Game two, also had a bad hand but was able to pull it out at the very end. Game three, I was out of attackers. I had one revitalizer left in my deck, and I needed to find that. And I had about 3 or 4 turns to do so, and I could not find it. And due to me not being able to find it for 3 to 4 turns, I lost the game by 2 prizes. Um, it was unfortunate, but I sat there with a Tauros hoping that something could happen. I knew it was over, but I tried. Still, I'm 4-1, and I should be able to ID and to cut the next one. I hit Peter Kika, another U.S. player, and we take the tie and move into top 8, both of us. He's playing Mega Ray. We take the tie, securing us securing myself the third place berth because I played all Tristan, Mike, and Peter. So, and then I going into those berths, I really just wanted to hit either Eric Gansman in top 8 or the other player playing Mega Mewtwo, no Garbodor with just Wobbuffets because both were very positive matchups. The Decidueye Plume was the matchup I wanted to avoid the most, and Evital I'm okay with it. I just didn't want to play it. It was a very scrappy, even matchup, especially since I think Tristan and Mike both played a 2-2 Garbodor as opposed to a 2-1, making it a little more unfavorable for me, and I had no Zebstrikas, so It was unfortunate. Top 8, I do get Eric Gansman. He's playing Quad Lappers. Quad Lappers energy denial shenanigans with puzzles. In a quick 10-minute series where I said be revenge a couple of times, I won. He literally could not do anything, and I said be revenge. Game 2, I think we literally passed for like 7 turns until I got everything I needed in my hand, and then sycamore all these Pokemon away, blah blah blah. Set up 2 vespiquens, put a DC on one, hit him, knocked it out, and then I won. So I'm in the top 4, 80 points secured, pretty good, and then I go up against Tristan Masick playing Yveltal Garb. Game 1 comes down to the wire, I believe. It comes down to him like needing a Lysander to end the game, and I end him to 2, and he draws for turn, and he draws like a Shaman. Yeah, he draws a Shaman. Shaman's for 4. Gets an Ultra Ball, something else. Ultra Balls his entire hand away. Blah blah blah. Gets another Shaman. Shaman's for 6, and then he hits it. Um, so he dug. I don't think I had a way to win that game. Um, no, I did. I did have a way to win that game. I like literally had like top deck one of my last DCs or something like that. And I had like ended myself into a Sycamore, and I was like, okay, we're good. Because he sacrificed his Garb to me at one point, and I like had no Lysander to go around it. Um, in game 2, I drew very abysmally. My opening hand was like 3 DCE, special charge, no supporter. I put a DC on an EV to quick draw and try to draw some more cards. Um, did not work. I eventually drew out of it. Was able to keep it a game, but I realized that I would be able to go down to 2 prizes, but no, I had to. I had 4 prizes. He had 1, and I had 2, and I would literally have to take a knockout that turn on a Fury Belted Evital with no Jolteon on the board. And I had like 6 Pokemon left in the deck, and like an Ultra Ball and some other card, and I had an Acro Bike, and I Acro Biked, and I think literally what I would have to do is hit the Ultra Ball, so I could Ultra Ball with the last Pokemon in my hand and hit a Pokemon off the Acro Bike, so I could do that and hit exactly 210. And I hit the first card was the Pokemon. I was like, that's expected. The second card was another Pokemon. I was like, well, this is unfortunate. So I was 10 damage off of one-shotting this Evital, and because of that, I only had 2 DCs to work with, and I couldn't put a DC there, and I couldn't sacrifice anything else either. So that led to my demise. I could bench Taurus and like push it up, but I didn't have any Floatstones left, so I was gonna be stuck in the active, and I was gonna lose the game in 2 turns regardless. Very close series with Tristan. Very fun event. That event puts me at 562 points now. Um, very well into the top 16 race. Should be a fun hustle. I apologize. This video is probably gonna be a little short. I don't really have much else to ramble on about. Event was fantastic. Huge shout outs to the head judge there, Rosa, everybody who ran it. I had a fun time. Everybody who came up this weekend. Um, nice talking to you guys. Even though my Spanglish was pretty awful. um, other than that, great time. I will be making regularly scheduled videos. Should have an interview with Alex Koch and Israel Sosa sometime this week, but I won't have any like crazy tournament reports anymore of that for a while because I am sitting out tournaments until my finals are over, and my next tournament should be. I might do a cup because there's one like 15 minutes away coming up in a couple of weeks. But other than that, my next tournament will be Virginia Regionals. So until then, adios, ciao. I would make the changes with the zebras and stuff with this list, but other than that, list is golden still. It runs fine. Thank you guys so much for watching.